The unsung heroes, the products that are behind the scenes, they're used a lot, but you rarely hear about them because they're not in a favorites video, they haven't been in a product recommendations video, but they're here, they're behind the scenes, they're just not getting the recognition that they deserve. That's what this video is about today. I'm really excited because this video is in collaboration with Mandy Davis. So if you're here from her channel, thank you and welcome to all of you. Would love to have you here on a regular basis. Hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you here as part of the family. If you're a regular viewer and have not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Mandy and I have been watching each other's channels for some time now. We've been making comments here and there, and we decided to do this collab together. I like Mandy so much and I enjoy watching her channel. What you see is what you get with her, and that's what I love about her channel, probably because that's how I am. What you see is what you get. This collab works out perfectly, and you know, you just kind of click with people when you're on YouTube and you start chatting and it just works out. So I'm really glad that we were able to do this collab together. She's a makeup artist and has beautiful bridal makeup looks that she puts on her Instagram. So I love seeing her Instagram photos and seeing the different pictures that she puts up there and seeing the different looks. So if you're not following her channel, go over there, check out her video, check out her channel, check out her Instagram. I'll put all the links down below so that you can go check her out after this video. So let's get into this video. I have products sitting here in front of me. They're random. It's just a random assortment of things that I use on a regular basis. Some are daily, some are weekly, or often enough that I think they need to be mentioned in this video. The first unsung hero for me is Polish Choice Resist Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense Broad Spectrum SPF. This is a moisturizer plus SPF, but it works for a lot of us with combination oily or normal skin as a primer too. I've used this many times in lieu of a primer, or I should say I haven't needed a primer after using this. It's got a really nice tint to it. Now, I didn't shake this up, I probably should have, but it's not so tinted that it alters your makeup. It's just tinted enough to where it evens the skin a little bit and it leaves a nice soft matte finish on the skin, but sinks in nicely and everything blends well over it. Now, I know I have talked about this on my channel before. It's not like it's never been mentioned, but I feel like I haven't mentioned it enough because I do get asked so often what my favorite sunscreen is. And this is it. There is not a span of 2 days that goes by that this is not on my skin. I wear this often. I am actually finishing this one up and moving on to my backup bottle. I haven't found another mineral-based sunscreen that works so well with my sensitive combination oily skin. It doesn't make me white or pasty. It just sinks in beautifully. I love this, and yes, I have mentioned it before, but it deserves a shout out because it is used on such a regular basis, and I don't think that I've mentioned it quite enough. I have a few bronzers in my collection, as most of us here on YouTube do, but the one that is used consistently week after week that I always pull out, whether it's to use as a bronzer or to use as a transition in my crease because it's just easy, is Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I have medium deep and I'm hitting pan, as you can see. But there's a couple of shades of this, and it's such a no-fail product for me. It's just easy, it's effortless, and I use it a ton, and I very rarely talk about it because I'm talking about other bronzers that I use. It's such a great product. It needs a shout out because it's such a great no-fail bronzer. And you know, I'm not fair. I am about an NC 25 if you're familiar with MAC shades. If you want to check out my foundation matches, it's linked in the description box below. But you know, the medium deep works really, really well for my skin tone. It's not too dark. The texture is wonderful. And you can't really tell from a swatch how a bronzer is actually going to look on your skin. But that's what it looks like on a swatch. I like that it's warm enough. It's got just enough red in it. It's not too orange. It's not gonna make you look like an Oompa Loompa. It just adds enough warmth to the skin to look nice and healthy and give you a glow, and it blends in seamlessly and beautifully every time. Over the past year, I've talked about Tarte Shape Tape a lot. I have a lot of concealing videos where I use it. I have a how-to video on Tarte Shape Tape, how to apply it if you're not a YouTuber, to make it work for you. That video's done really well. It's helped a lot of people out. I also have a video where I tested out a ton of different concealers to see which ones worked best for my dark circles with texture, because it's just a whole different animal if you have texture and dark circles than either or. But since I've done those videos, I've discovered a different product that I use pretty much every day. I use other products here and there, and I still use Tarte Shape Tape, but this has really been my concealer of choice, and I've been pulling it out every day. I did mention this in a favorites video, but I don't think that that expresses the magnitude to which this product is used. I don't think magnitude was quite the right word there, but you get what I'm saying. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer with the doe foot applicator. This is what the doe foot applicator looks like. I find it gives coverage very comparable to Shape Tape, but it's creamier and more moisturizing. I believe I said something very similarly in whatever favorites video I threw this in, but I don't think I realized how much this was going to become a part of my life. I have really used this consistently since then. I don't talk about it a lot, but I use it consistently. I love it, and I find it works really well for the face too. I've been known to take it down my nose, put it on spots, really anywhere I need it. So this is really an indispensable product for me. Another concealer that I have not been talking about at all, because actually I said I didn't like it in the concealer testing video where I tested out all the concealers under my eyes. I dislike it greatly under my eyes, but I use it on a regular basis on my face. I think it conceals wonderfully on the face. It's the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I'm in the shade Canal. I find that to spot conceal on the face, you can see where I've dipped my brush in, you just need a really small amount and it just covers so naturally. I just dip my brush in it, I tap it exactly where I need it, and I pat it out with my finger or with the edge of the brush that I tapped it on with. And it conceals beautifully and naturally and just melts into the skin. I use this, like I said, multiple times a week. I never talk about it. It's behind the scenes, but I do use it a ton. I'm gonna mention a couple of tools because I think they don't get mentioned enough, and yet they're so indispensable to me that they just need to have a shout out. Specifically this one. This type of product I use on a daily basis anytime I'm doing makeup, and that is a metal lash comb. Now, I have mentioned this specific lash comb once on my channel when I discovered it. I think it was in a favorites video. This is the Sonia Kashuk lash comb. I don't use this bristly part. I do use the metal lash comb part. I have a couple of metal lash combs from Tweezerman too, somewhere around here. I prefer metal to plastic because you can comb out your lashes very gently. It gets every single lash without stressing the lashes and pulling them out. It's very effective if you don't like clumpy lashes. And I do use a metal lash comb, actually not just once a day, a couple of times a day, because I put on my first coat of mascara, I use it, and I put on my second or third, how many ever coats. I use it between coats, and I use it when I'm finished just to comb out my lashes. It is an indispensable tool for me. I have to have it in my makeup process every day. Another tool that is used every day by me is a lash curler, and that is the Shiseido lash curler. And a lot of you have asked me what lash curler I use and which one I prefer, and because I don't usually do my lash routine on camera, I guess that's kind of elusive. I feel like it is an unsung hero because I have been using it for 20 years, I think, and I won't be without it. This is just the one that works best for me in my eye shape. You really have to find the lash curler that works for you and your specific eye shape. I just find that some lash curlers really dig into the corners of my eyes, and then I can't get the middle lashes, and this one fits my eye shape perfectly. I actually am going to be talking about this very soon in another video with almost the same spiel because it's relevant for that video too. So I guess it's getting a double shout out in November, but that's okay. It deserves it. It hasn't gotten enough shout outs. Okay, really quickly, before I go into the next tool, because we're on eyes, I do need to mention mascara because, like I said, I don't go into my mascara routine a lot. And I do put my products that I use on my face in my description box so that you guys know what lipstick I'm wearing, what, color cosmetics, and a lot of times I'll throw my mascara in there. And it's always my second coat mascara because I feel like I'm not gonna put two mascaras in there because it confuses the issue. But every time I do mascara, and I have mentioned this in videos, I have to do a first coat with a waterproof mascara because my lashes go if I don't. So let's say I use Roller Lash mascara. That might be what I have in my description box, but I failed to mention that my pre-mascara was full and soft waterproof so that I would get a curl first and hold that curl because even Roller Lash straightens my curl right back out. So I wanted to mention some of those first coat mascaras that I use because I know a few of you from the comments have told me that you have a very similar issue. The first one that was my tried and true for years and years was L'Oreal Voluminous Waterproof. And after that, I discovered Maybelline Full and Soft Waterproof. I also use Maybelline Lash Sensational. I don't have one here with me right now because I ran out of it, but that is one that is heavy, heavy in my rotation, along with Maybelline Colossal, which the label is missing. And I just used this in a recent tutorial, so you did see it there. These are just ones that are consistent in my pre-mascara game, if you will. I don't really know what to call it, but they help the mascara that I'm wanting the look from, like Roller Lash or YSL The Shock or whatever it may be, perform the way it should and the way it does on someone who has lashes that actually stay up and hold a curl. So that's my reasoning for that. And my bottom lash mascara is Maybelline Lash Discovery Waterproof because it doesn't smudge. And it has a teeny, teeny, tiny brush that's perfect for bottom lashes. And I don't think that I have talked, is that fuzzy? I don't think that I've talked about this that much, but it's perfect for bottom lashes. I don't really have a rhyme or reason for which ones of these I use and when. I just really like that all the bristles, all the brushes are very similar to this. They separate, they lengthen. The brush is not too big, it's not too small, it's not a big hourglass, it's not, a huge, big old wand. But yeah, they just all work really well. The one that is curved is the Lash Sensational that I don't have here in front of me, but it just works really well. I do the foundation road tests and I talk about my day and I tell you, oh, I had to blot and touch up how many ever times. And I get asked a lot, what do you blot with? What do you touch up with? And I never talk about it. I say I do it, but I never talk about it. I'm just going to say here and now, I have no preference for blotting papers. I just kind of grab blotting papers from wherever I am. I don't get the super scented ones. I usually get unscented or ones with tea tree oil or something like that. But blotting papers are a definite, I would say, unsung hero in my life because I'll throw it out there, but I don't really elaborate on it. But yeah, I mean, they're used because you need to blot the oil from your face before you put more makeup on it if you're combination oily skin. I like to have color in my pressed powder that I carry with me because it alters the color of my makeup throughout the day. It can make it oxidize and things like that. So I really like to carry just a translucent blotting powder with me. Shiseido was my powder of choice for years. I'll still go back to it. It's a beautiful powder, I think, for any skin type. It's just their translucent pressed powder. I don't have it here because I ran out, and after I ran out, I was testing a bunch of powders, and I ended up replacing it with this number 7 translucent perfect light press powder. I like it because the mirror is a decent size. I mean, it covers the whole span of this. It's got a powder puff in it, and it is totally translucent. And I think what gets people about translucent powders is that they look white when you put them on your finger. But when you put them on the face, they just totally disappear into the skin and they blot your face and help mattify it without making it look flat. That's the ideal situation. I've been using it, every day when I'm out and about and touching up. Shiseido is the one that I go back to consistently. It's what I was using on my channel, not on my channel, but on a day-to-day basis for the entire time I have my channel, and I never mentioned it. I don't think I threw it out there one time this whole time that I have been having this channel. I think I talked about this once when I was testing it out, but you know, the fact that I use them that often needs to be noted because they rescue my face on a daily basis. Those are my unsung heroes, the products that I use on a regular basis that just don't get the love, they don't get the recognition that they deserve. So I hope you enjoyed seeing those. Go check out Mandy's video. She's got some great products in there too. I do have the link down below, and I'll put my social media platforms on the screen and down below too because I'm pretty active on all those platforms. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.